Hello everyone. In this video of compiler design we will see working of non-recursive predictive parser. So let's see how it works. First of all we will see its block diagram. Okay, then we will discuss its working. Okay, so this is block diagram for non-recursive predictive parser. This is input tape that is used to store string to be passed. This is right hand marker of input tape. Okay, this is stack that is used to store grammar symbols during parsing. This is two-dimensional parsing table that is used to make parsing decision. This is your main parser program, and this is your output. In output it provides you production rule that are used to make successful parsing decision. Right, now we will see how this parser works. Okay, so look at carefully. Suppose at any point of parsing x symbol on top of the stack and A is current input symbol. Okay, so there could be three possibility. Number one, symbol at top of the stack, current input symbol, okay, they could be equal to dollar. Okay, if you get this configuration it means parsing is successful. Second possibility is that if symbol at top of the stack equal to current input symbol but not equal dollar, in that case what parser will do, it will pop x of the stack and it will advance input pointer to point next symbol of input string. Okay, and third possibility is that suppose at any point x is symbol at top of the stack and A is current input symbol. Okay, A is current input symbol. In that case parser will consult from predictive parsing table if it finds this production rule for this location, that means for x row and column A for this location. In that case parser will pop up x of the stack and it will push UVW into stack as keeping U at top of the stack. Okay, if in third case if there is blank entry in predictive parsing table, so it is case of X. So let's see how non-recursive predictive parser works. Okay, we are taking a suitable example in order to understand this one. Okay, so look at here carefully. We will apply all three rules that we have discussed earlier, right? So at beginning of parsing your stack will contain this thing, and what is this thing? Dollar as bottom marker of stack and start symbol of grammar, and input tape it will contain a string to be passed, that is id plus id asterisk id, and this dollar is right hand marker of input string to be passed. Now see how parser works. So E is at top of the stack and input pointer will point to id. So we will consider parsing table. What production rule we will apply? So here we have E, that means eth row and a column corresponding to id. This is E, this is id. So we will use this production rule. That means at place of E we will apply T E dash. So look at here, we will keep T at top. So this is T E dash. Now this is T, this is id. Where is T? This is T and this is id. Okay, so we will apply this production rule. It means at place of T we will use ft dash. So look at here, ft dash, f at top of stack. This is f, this is id. Okay, because input pointer is still pointing start symbol of grammar, that is id. This is f and this is column corresponding to id. We will apply this production rule. At place of f we will push what? id. So look at here, this is id at place of f. Now this is id and this is id. In this case parser will pop off id and input pointer will point to next symbol, that is plus. So look at here, id has been popped off, input pointer will point to plus. Now this is T dash and this is plus. So where is T dash? This is T dash and this is column corresponding to plus. Apply production rule, T dash producing epsilon. So at place of T dash we will put what? Epsilon. So epsilon, that means we will get E dash. Okay, now this is E dash, input pointer is pointing to plus. Where is E dash? This is E dash and this is plus. So we will apply this production rule. What? Plus T E dash at place of E. So look at here, plus T E dash at place of E. Now this is plus and this is plus. We will apply second rule, that means this plus will be popped off the stack and input pointer will point to next symbol, that means ID. So look at here, plus has been popped up. Now input pointer will point to ID. Okay, now this is T, this is ID. Consult from predictive parsing table, this is T and this is ID. Again we will use ft dash at place of T. So this is ft dash at place of what? T. Now this is F, this is ID. So this is F, this is ID. We will use this production rule. At place of F we will use what? ID. So this is ID at place of F. Now this is ID. Input pointer is pointing still to ID. Now we will pop off ID. So we will get E dash T dash. Now input pointer will point to what? Asterisk. Now this is T dash and this is current input symbol. So where is T dash? This is T dash, and where is asterisk? This is asterisk. So we will use this asterisk ft dash at place of T dash. So look at here, asterisk ft dash at place of T dash. Now look at here, this is asterisk sign at top of stack. Input pointer is pointing to asterisk. So both are same. In that case we will pop off asterisk and we will get F T dash. Okay, right. Now this is F, this is ID. So where is F? This is F and this is ID. Again we will use what? ID at place of F. So look at here, this is ID at place of F. Okay, and this is ID. So we will pop up ID of the stack. We will get T dash E dash dollar in a stack. Okay, now input pointer will point to next symbol, that is dollar. Now T dash and dollar. So this is your T dash and this is your dollar. So we will apply this production rule, epsilon at place of T dash. So here we will get dollar E dash. After applying that, input pointer will point to same symbol. Now this is E dash and this is dollar. Where is E dash? This is E dash and this is dollar. Now we will apply E dash producing epsilon. So we have kept epsilon at place of E dash, so we will get dollar in dollar. Okay, so at any point if you get this configuration, that means dollar at top of a stack, input pointer pointing to dollar, both are same, that means your parsing is successful. So this is your successful parsing. Okay, thank you everyone.